Yeah, man. Speaking of another story, Wale. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give y'all a little bit, then I'll let my man give y'all that whole backstory. Pretty much Wale, left a comment and then deleted it about J. Cole. And we actually got the comment for you guys that he deleted. So my man Vince will give you the backstory.
All right. Wale pulled a quick tweet and delete after he took a sarcastic stab at J. Cole on Sunday, May 31st. The Warner Music Group signee responded to a fan's comment that read, J. Cole was out with Fayetteville. Excuse me if I'm saying that wrong. If that's not the dopest, I don't know what is. The 35-year-old rapper replied, I'm sick of a lot of you acting like y'all Messiah was the only one outside my dick. Wale, I don't understand. Like, why post something like that? Why are you angered by J. Cole being out there protesting?
Yeah, that's weird.
They something they had for a long time. So first off, shout out to Wale, shout out to J. Cole, two very skilled MCs, two MCs that are very great in their own rights. Mm-hmm. And I think that a lot of Wale's issue with this situation is he feels as though he doesn't get enough justification and credit, not only in the music game, but in all facets of life when it comes to things he does and other people do. And to that, I'm just going to give some constructive criticism because I'm a fan of Wale.
Mm-hmm. Big fan.
I love what he does. He's a DC native. We got family in DC, loyalty there. But who cares what other people fucking think? Mm-hmm. You're a damn great artist. You got a damn great demographic. So what if people don't adore you the way they may a J. Cole or a Kendrick, or they may not put you at the front headline the way they do? You got to live in your peace, bro. And it doesn't seem like he lives in his peace. He always wants to, in my opinion, I have no idea. I would love him to come on and elaborate more and correct me if I'm wrong, but sit on a horse that maybe wasn't meant for him to sit on in this regard. The mainstream, fuck it though, but who cares?
You can't make excuses about being dark skinned or light skinned. Obviously, everybody got different barriers and whatnot, but for him to leave this comment with just pure hate, jealousy, especially at a time like this. I mean, he's out here saying he's mad like that the people that calling J. Cole the Messiah and everything like that. And I get it though, because back in the day, a few years back, Wale was saying maybe he alluded to him if he was light skinned, maybe his career will be somewhere else. But that's where you got to take it upon yourself and say, look, I got to go extra hard. Look at Michael Jordan. He was in the damn near. It was a time when NBA was all white. But he had to come in and other people had to come in and change the narrative and ball out of control and make people notice you. So maybe it ain't just because that J. Cole's light skin. Maybe, it's more to it. Maybe he just outwork you. Maybe he's just better than you. You're great at what you do. But maybe the reason they treat him like that because he's just better.
Roddy Ricch is about as dark as Wale, and that motherfucker's taking over the game.
That's what I'm saying.
Facts.
NBA Youngboy, bro. NBA Youngboy, little project baby, but he damn sure is black.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the baby.
The baby, dark as shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Chocolate Brothers is winning in rap. You got what he got. That ain't the excuse. Bro.
It's like he's making excuses for him being dark skinned. Like there's no excuse. J. Cole's black. You're black. J. Cole didn't even want people. He didn't even want people tweeting or taking pictures of him when he was out there because he wanted to do it for the cause. He didn't want people to take away from what was going on.
Right.
To put him on a pedestal. But again, that's just some weird nonsense to me. And like you said, I would want Wale to come on the show and give us his reasoning for some of the things that he's done.
Go ahead.
Well, he did delete the tweet, so he obviously felt as though, all right, this isn't the right time.
Don't rock and hide his hand.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Damn, oh God, he letting off the day he ain't playing, but maybe he just realized, you know what I'm saying, the error of his ways and it was wrong. He definitely felt that way. It was genuine because he wrote it in spite, so he felt that way genuinely. But I don't know. I would love to hear his perspective. I don't know if he would even talk about it because he deleted it, maybe out of sight, out of mind. But
yeah, I was actually saying, man, do you think it's justified though? Being as though J. Cole went in on him, on the song that he had a couple years
False
back.
Prophets.
Yeah, False Prophet. Is it justified him now saying, all right, I'm going to take my stab back at you?
Nah, because they had their words. They had their conversations. You know what I'm saying?
How come they ain't cool then? That means they ain't been resolved.
Maybe because competitively, you know what I'm saying? You always look at somebody as a rival, and if you ain't got to that height,
right,
you'll be cool, but you'll always throw some backslider shit. We've seen it We've seen it in this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where somebody will clap you up and then be in the comment talking something crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you understand, you know what I'm saying? That this is maybe their relationship. But I don't like to see Wale in this position because he's so talented and has such a great message and does so much for his city and so important in his community. Don't do it. This takes a little value off.
Gotta
of
go
your
harder, dog.
character,
You
you
gotta
know
go
what I'm
harder, man. Maybe he thought he wouldn't. I mean, you gotta go harder. Harder, like you said, maybe it's not in the card for you.
saying? Yeah. Other things are though.
Yeah.
I want to be like Mike.
Like Lowry.
This wasn't in the cards for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That is what it is. But yeah, man, you're tuned into the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast with your brother Old God and Sam. Man, we got Vic, the publicist, sitting in with us today. Man, hit that 5-star rating if you're enjoying the program today. Now, Jay-Z is pretty much offering up a solution to police brutality. Vic, you have that story, brother.
And let me pull that up. Let's
And as he's getting that story, we know Jay-Z was very vocal. He was talking to the governor of Minneapolis and letting him know, listen, justice needs to be served in this situation. What are we going to do with these police? We need to hear answers now. I believe Vic has that story.
to Jay-Z, telling the Khalif Browder story is about more than one young man. The rap mogul says that the life of the teenager who was held at Rikers Island for 3 years without trial is one of a modern-day prophet. In a press conference held yesterday, October 6th in New York, about his Spike Dowsery's time, the Khalif Browder story, Jay-Z offers a solution to stopping police brutality in light of Browder's fight for justice, and that so many have lost their lives at the hands of police, including Alton Sterling, Philando Castile, and Terrence Crutcher this summer. When you have compassion for what someone goes through, we're all looking for a short embrace at time, he said, according to the Fayetteville report, who was in attendance. Judgment is the enemy of compassion. When you are able to identify that, we're all not perfect. We make mistakes. All of us, every single one of us, when you have compassion for what someone's going through at their plight, my personal belief, having a camera on someone creates more distrust. When we have an exchange and it has to be recorded, something's wrong there. Something's broken. A camera can't fix a relationship between a person that's hired to protect and serve the society. There has to be a relationship. There has to be respect on both sides. The Game and Snoop Dogg have attempted to lead the charge in improving race relations in the country. The upcoming generation, including Vic Mensa and Ty Dolla $ign, is bringing its own voice to the table in how to bring peace to the United States. Cole cites Browder, who committed suicide last year at the age of 22 after being released from legal custody, as evidence of the larger issue at hand. This young man, just by the fact that he brought all of us here today, lets you know how powerful of a soul he has. Jay-Z continues at the press conference. He's here today, and he's done more in 19 years than a lot of us will do in our lifetime.
Oh man. What do I think about this? What do I think about this? Jay-Z, I'm glad that he's being vocal and he's putting his money to a good cause. I don't know what his voice is going to do. I don't know if it's going to invoke anything. Now, his money can. But then you talk about, and this makes me think, and I'm not trying to villainize Jay-Z because I genuinely think he feels this way, and I think he's out here making change. I didn't listen to all of his albums and believe everything he said for the last 20 years in vain. And he was talking about this a very long time ago, on how he was going to challenge the authority, challenge the establishment, go right at their throats, and we're going to own everything. So now he's putting all that and putting his money where his mouth is. I can hope as a fan and as a listener to his music. But we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, it's all, not gonna say it's all over the place, but it's, I guess it's kind of vague. I mean, but at the end of the day, you know what I mean? I'm not going to pick this apart. You know, I'm going to come out here and just say, like, at least, and it's kind of sucks that we got to say at least, because that means so many people are not doing, stuff with their money. But he is, you know, the wealthiest man to ever come out of hip hop. And look what he's putting his money to. He's done stuff in the past where he put his money to was questionable, but now he's trying to help, you know what I mean, prison reform. He personally called up the governor of Minneapolis. I mean, things like that. You know what I mean? He's trying to use his voice and his money as influence to benefit Black people. We heard about him bailing out people at different protests. I'm sure he's probably doing that now, him and Beyonce. So, you know, I'm not going to take this opportunity to criticize Jay-Z. I'm just going to salute him, and hopefully, you know, he is who we think he is. You know what I mean? And there's no ulterior motive behind this. Hopefully he's just here 100% trying to help the people. That's all that my hope could be. But salute him.